Hello everyone and welcome back to the garden. This is going to be another one of our kind of garden tour videos that you guys seem to really like, and I really like making these. Today we are taking a look at our Dutch iris. Last fall I planted a lot of different kinds of Dutch iris. Well, not too many, but I really wanted to kind of explore the different colors that there were on offer, because in the past I've only kind of grown the white ones and just kind of regular kind of pink ones. So I really wanted to see what the hype was all about, and I am very pleasantly surprised. I'll be the first one to admit I'm not really an iris fan per se. I know some people are like totally crazy about them. And I can see their merit. They're definitely good for use as cut flowers, but I wanted to see what all there was to offer. The first Dutch iris that actually started to bloom in my garden is one called Miss Saigon. Miss Saigon is a very just what I would consider a normal blue Dutch iris. This is the kind of quintessential what I think about when somebody says Dutch iris. Very pretty, very vibrant, and of course a very true blue color. That's one of the most alluring aspects of this, is this true blue color, which is so hard to find in flowers, you know. Another one that grew shortly after it started to open was one called Montecito. All of the photos I saw of Montecito showed that it was a white flower with those kind of yellow, I think those are called falls. Anyway, mine opened white, and pretty soon after they opened, they started to get a very subtle kind of silvery white, kind of light blue color. And it's very pretty, just not what I expected. Hopefully you guys can see that kind of silvery blue color on those white bits here in the video. This one's actually ended up being one of my favorites. I think I would definitely grow this one again. I'm excited to see how well these perennialize, and know that some Dutch irises can perennialize depending upon whether, you know, their needs are met in the garden. They have kind of more specific needs than some other bulbs. But either way, very lovely, and I love those bright bursts of yellow, kind of yellow-orange on the petals there. Very nice. Loved using these in cut flower arrangements as well. Just so dainty and elegant looking. Of course, if I'm using these for cut flowers, I would, you know, cut them at a very different stage than what I'm showing you here in the video. Really, the main purpose of the video is to show you guys what these look like. So that's why I've let them open so much before picking them. Maybe I can make a video about that eventually in the future, as, you know, when's best to pick them and everything like that. So, moving right along, these were the earliest bloomers. They were also planted closest to my house, so that might be something to do with it. The next one I want to show you is another really pretty one called Eye of the Tiger. And in the video here, it looks kind of purple blue, but in person, these are very dark. Here in a second, you'll see some footage that I took in the shade that more kind of reflect the true color. These are such a pretty kind of dark, deep purple plum color that they were kind of hard to film. These ones that you're seeing also had 1.5 inches of snowfall on them, so the petals are a little ruffled, but that kind of gives you an idea of how tough these things actually are, because we had that late season snow. Very pretty veining on all of these petals. That's one thing that I really liked about all of the irises. Here in this jar, you can see they're just a very dark, mysterious, alluring color. This is more the true color in the garden. I'm so glad that I was able to capture the true color in some form. The next Dutch iris that opened up was one called Lion King, and I really like this one too as well. The thing about the Dutch irises, they're not really the you know, stereotypical spring colors. These are very dark. I wish I had some of these blooming in fall. This Lion King is kind of a maroon brown color, kind of a rusty brown color with those golden colored bits at the bottom, and they are very pretty. I really loved this one as well. I'm actually quite surprised that I'm really surprised by these. I was going into this not expecting to like them as much as I actually do. Again, this is another one that was really pretty in a wide range of flower arrangements that I put them in. And that veining is so stinking pretty. I just love it. I could definitely kind of get a Lion King vibe from this. I can see where they named it. The next one to bloom was called Pink Panther. This one was a little bit of a surprise just because I expected it to be a little bit pink, like at least a little bit pink, but it's very much like a lavender purple color. Don't get me wrong, again, very, very gorgeous with the lavender purple and the yellow bits on the petals there. These were rained on very hard, so actually they held up incredibly in the garden and were a very, very pretty garden display. I'll admit the foliage of Dutch iris aren't much to look at, but the actual flowers, once they open, are really, really stunning. So not really a pink color, but that's fine. I would definitely enjoy having this one in the garden again and grow more of it in the future. It's very nice. The next flower that we have, the next Dutch iris to open up, was another kind of surprising one that I wasn't sure if I would like it, but I actually really did. This it's another kind of brown and orange, kind of greenish one. This one is called Autumn Princess. It is very, very similar to the Lion King, but those petals are a lot less of that dark color. They're more of kind of like emerged with a light green, like a light greenish yellow and white, and it gives them just a very interesting kind of almost ombre effect, I guess, on the petals with that bright yellow, those bright yellow falls, I guess. Hopefully I'm using these words correctly. But definitely one that I didn't expect to like, and I actually really, really like this one. I love so much when I'm pleasantly surprised in the garden. I just feel like I'm always expanding my horizons in terms of the types of flowers that I like. The last one to bloom here in my garden was a flower called Red Ember, and I think this one actually turned out to be one of my absolute favorites in all of the Dutch iris patch. You know, very, very pretty colors, just vibrant and rich, and I'm so glad that I think I planted maybe 20 of these. Just a really, really good experience having this little kind of miniature Dutch iris trowel here in my garden. I'm so glad that a lot of you guys told me to grow Dutch irises last year, because I was asking, you know, what new plant should I try, and you guys suggested it. So I am so incredibly appreciative. Hopefully this year, or this coming year, whatever, next year, we can find a few more cultivars of Dutch iris that we can explore and try to see what they look like. Overall, I'm definitely not disappointed with the ones that grew in the garden this year. I think I have definitely become a new fan of Dutch irises. It's funny how you can grow so many flowers over the years, you know, season after season, and there's still something new that you haven't tried, or you're kind of skeptical about, like, oh, I'm not sure if I like it, and then you finally do try it, and it's like, oh, yes, I've been missing out. I'm so glad I added this to the garden. And that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I am so appreciative. I really am. As always, be sure to leave a comment down below. I love to know what you guys think. Was it helpful? What experiences do you have? I'm always learning from the comments, which I really, really love. As always, if you're not a subscriber and you like this video, be sure to hit the little subscribe button, hit the little bell. The bell tells you whenever we make new videos. It's a great way to keep up with the channel and grow just our little gardening community here. As always, all the links to everything is down in the description below. Our link to Patreon and our YouTube memberships is there. It helps support the channel. It helps me pay for things like blog fees, and occasionally I get help with editing, which is really, really helpful, because let's face it, I am not the most tech savvy person on the planet. But I am trying to keep learning and keep making our videos better. There's also a link to the blog. Oftentimes you can check out the blog, and there would be more information and more pictures about the thing that I've talked about in the video, just because sometimes it helps for me to write down that information, kind of organize it much better. As always, feel free to share this video with a friend. It helps us so much when we grow the channel. I hope that you're having such an incredible day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.